Guys, good morning or afternoon wherever you are. It's morning here, it's afternoon for you. I'm sitting outside on the lanai. It's a gorgeous day here in Hawaii. I know that I'm going to be seeing so many of you in Hawaii soon, and I'm really excited about that. And I know that for those of you that won't be there this year, you will be there next year, and that's what you can dream about, and it'll be so incredible. In fact, I have this dream one day of getting this whole community together. Wouldn't that be fun if we could all get together? I would love that. So anyways, today I wanted to go live about something that I've had a lot of comments, a lot of questions about, and I just wanted to give some direction on this. And this information will also be made into a PDF, so that you can look at it and have notes. Good 7/7/2020, you and yours. Oh, thank you. So anyways, this is going to be a little information on how I get people started, how I adjust their products, what that follow-up schedule would kind of look like, how to start somebody on a larger welcome pack when it seems like it is a lot of products, and so on and so forth. Okay, and different questions that I ask when I'm deciding between welcome packs. And so I'm going to go ahead and start with any of any of your people that start with a triplex combo, or any packs that come with a triplex combo in it. How are you going to start them on their triplex combo? Honestly, my 4 questions for people when they start are you on any thyroid medication? How much water do you drink? What's your digestion like? And do you crave sugars and carbs? Those are the 4 questions that I ask people before they're going to start on a pack that includes the triplex. The reason is, if they do take thyroid medication, they do need to separate their Slim and their X Factor Plus, if they're taking that as well, from their thyroid medication. Also, I want to know about their digestion. Do they go too often, meaning they go 4, 5, 6 to 10 times a day? Are they constipated? Constipated would be they go less than once a day, or maybe they go once a day, but it's strained. Maybe they're going every other day, every few days, once a week. They're constipated. Regular is going poop 1 to 3 times a day. So I spell it out for them. I'm like, constipated is once a day, like strained, or less than once a day. Regular is 1 to 3 times a day, and going too frequently is 4, 5, 6 plus times a day. And I ask that because I'm going to use that to dose their BioCleanse. So the BioCleanse bottle says 2 capsules in between meals twice a day. I do not follow that bottle for everybody. Only if it's somebody that is constipated would I start them on 4. If they are already regular, I am going to start them on 2 BioCleanse. I feel like it's really difficult to get people to be consistent and to take a product between meals, so I do not start people on that between meals. I have them take 2 BioCleanse at bedtime, or 2 BioCleanse first thing in the morning with their Slim, because I know they're more likely to take it. And if I tell them to take it between meals, a fat chance that that's going to happen if they live a busy life, okay? So you're going to ask them that question and dose the BioCleanse. Now, if they're constipated, go ahead and have them start on 4 capsules a day. If they are somebody that goes way too often, you can still start them on 1 per day. I have a friend that had Crohn's, and that was her issue, and you would think that she would not be taking any BioCleanse, but she does. BioCleanse has sodium bicarbonate, and it's kind of like a buffer for the gut, and it is really good for just buffering that inflammation and everything that's going on in the gut. So have them start on 1 BioCleanse at bedtime, okay? I ask about cravings because I know that somebody that has a lot of cravings is going to be somebody that potentially I'm going to be increasing the ProBio 5 from 1 for the first few days to 2 for a week, then 3 for a week, and 4 for a week. See how their cravings are, then I'm going to come back down and taper down. That's how I adjust their ProBio 5. Now, if they are somebody that does not have cravings, I am going to just probably keep them on 2 ProBio 5 if they're getting the results that we want them to get. So to start out, I start everybody for the most part on 1 ProBio 5 for the first 3 days. And my check-ins are the day they get their products, 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, 21 days before the order processes, okay? So those are my check-ins. So after 3 days on their initial dose, let's say they're regular, they poop regularly, they don't take any thyroid meds, they do have sugar cravings, their initial dose is going to be 1 ProBio 5, 2 BioCleanse. They're going to take their Slim in the morning, and after 3 days, if they're doing good, they're not pooping way too much, they're not, you know, they're not crazy, ridiculously bloated or feeling horrible, I'm going to go up to 2 ProBio 5, and I'm going to go up to 3 BioCleanse, right? That's how I'm going to progress the products. And it's so a lot of you guys are just like stressed out or worried or feeling like, oh my gosh, how do I take care of people? Follow a same system every time, and also set people up for the expectation that when you start a new gut health regime, you will probably notice some digestive changes. Your body might go through a little bit of detox, and detox is something to be celebrated. Like if you're talking about it like that, they're going to be like, oh, okay. Instead of like, oh, I hope they don't go through any detox. I hope everything is just perfect. I'll be like, you might go through a little detox, and that is something to be celebrated, because that means we're getting rid of all of that crap. We're getting rid of all that bad stuff. Now, if it's out of control and you're going to the bathroom way too much, or you're feeling really uncomfortable, definitely let me know. I can help you with that, okay? Larissa is asking gallbladder issues, having someone lose stools on hunger control, running to the bathroom. So for someone like that, a lot of times you want to check, make sure they're drinking enough water. One sign of dehydration can be diarrhea, so make sure they're drinking enough water. Also, they could split their Slim up. They could do half and half. If someone's really sensitive to Slim, try splitting it up, half in the morning, half in the afternoon. Try taking it with food. Anytime you take a supplement with food, it's going to make it less like potent right off the bat. It's going to give them less of those side effects. So if they're feeling really sensitive to taking something, have them split it in half, or have them take it with food, or have them do both. Half in the morning with food, half in the afternoon with food, and they're not going to have those same kind of issues, okay? So anyways, for Triplex, that's how I'm going to get people started on Triplex. So when I'm looking at any of these bigger packs, because I have all of these bigger packs pulled up in front of me right now. I've got the Renew You, the Family Essentials, the Healthy Weight Advanced, the, let's see, the Variety Pack, like all these larger packs that have a triplex in it. I am going to start them on their core products first. All the ones that I consider like the hubs, like the additional products, I'm not going to start them on everything at once, because I don't want them to be overwhelmed, and I don't want to not know which product is maybe making them feel a little bit funky. I'm also not going to follow one of those charts that's like super confusing. Like I've seen those charts, and I just want to like be like, oh my goodness, like nobody's going to follow a chart like that. Like don't send somebody a chart like that unless you don't want them to get through their products in 30 days. I want them to get through their products in 30 days, and I want them to have results, not super duper 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 slow start on the products. Most people do not need a super duper duper slow start on the products. So any of these larger packs that have a triplex, I'm going to start them on the base products, and the base products are going to be the triplex. Ask them those 4 questions, dose them on their ProBio 5 or their BioCleanse according to those questions. After 3 days, check in. If they're doing well, increase their ProBio 5, increase their BioCleanse so that you can get them on a little bit more product to get a faster result, to also be able to get through the product. At 7 days, check in with them again. If they're still having sugar cravings, go up to 3 ProBio 5. If they're not pooping 1 to 3 times a day, go up to 4 BioCleanse. You get the idea. I can copy that note to you guys and share that with you, okay? In addition, for example, if they're starting on a Family Essentials Welcome Pack, they're getting a triplex, they're getting an X Factor Plus, and they're getting a Mega X. I want you to understand that X Factor Plus and Mega X would be considered part of their core products. They can start on those products right away. So you're going to start them on a triplex, X Factor Plus, and Mega X. X Factor Plus, if they have a super sensitive stomach, have them split it. 1 with 1 meal, 1 with another meal. If they do not have a super sensitive stomach, that's not a known thing, have them take 2 X Factor Plus with any meal. I just say with any meal. If it's easiest to take it with breakfast, just take it then. If you forget, take it with lunch. If you forget, take it with dinner, okay? Don't be anal about when they take it, just take it with food. Mega X, best to take at bedtime. because it is relaxing. Omegas are calming. They help you to sleep deeper. So best to take at bedtime, but is it the end of the world if they don't? No. If they want to take it in the morning, they can. So your core products for your Family Essentials pack to start right away are Triplex, Mega X, X Factor Plus. You could start lean if you wanted to, but the one thing I'll say about that, and one reason why maybe you might wait a few days, is because they might have digestive changes with the Triplex only. And if they add in lean, it has 5 to 7 grams of fiber. They might poop more because they're adding in more fiber. So if I am going to start them on lean, I'm very specific with my instructions, and I'm saying, okay, I just want you to know that lean has fiber and it's got 5 grams of fiber. Anytime you start a regime that has more fiber in it, you might expect to go to the bathroom more often in the beginning. It's actually not a bad thing. Going poop 3 times a day or so is actually really good for your digestion, and fiber is so great for your body. So I'm just going to explain that. And I explain that for anybody starting lean at any time. I'm like, lean is amazing. It's packed with protein, fully methylated vitamins, and fiber. But fiber can affect your digestion. And you might notice some digestive changes in the beginning. Just stick with it. Be consistent. Drink your water. It's okay if you poop a little bit more often. Okay? So that is how you're going to start the Family Essentials pack. Basically, most all of those products you can start right away. Maybe, like I said, the lean, if you suspect they're going to have more digestive issues, you might wait on the lean for 3 to 5 days. The microbiome kids, super, super easy to get the kids started on that. Let's move over to the Renew You Essentials Welcome Pack. Same thing, you get a triplex combo in there. You get your active, you get your Metaburn, you get your lean. You're going to warn them about the lean. It has fiber in it. You might go to the bathroom more often. Again, you could hold off for 3 to 5 days if you want to on the lean and just get them started on the core products, the triplex. A lot of people don't know how to handle the double caffeine dose with the Metaburn and the active. How am I going to do that? I don't know, like, when should I have them take it? I don't want to overload them. I don't want them to feel jittery. My favorite recommendation, honestly, is to tell them to mix the Slim and the active together. That's really what I do 90% of the time. And then I have them take one Metaburn with lunch for the first 3 days. And I say, tell me how you feel. If the Metaburn is feeling good, it's not making you feel like it's too much, then after 3 or 4 days, we're going to add in that second Metaburn at lunch. So I do slow start the Metaburn and just have them start on one. Now, if you're wanting to, remember, you can always just start them on the core products for the first 3 days. And the core products in the Renew You pack would be the triplex. And then you can fold in adding in the active and the lean shakes and then the Metaburn. But for sure, at least get them started on enough core products that they would go through those core products in a month and need to order more of them. Personally, when I start somebody on the Renew You pack, I have them mix the Slim and the active together first thing in the morning. I have them take 1 ProBio 5, 2 BioCleanse at night if they're regular, or 4 BioCleanse if they're constipated, 2 in the morning, 2 at night, and 1 ProBio 5. And then I will have them start the lean shakes. I'll just tell them you might go to the bathroom a little bit more often because it does have fiber in it. Take that as a good sign of kind of cleansing and getting your body cleaned out. Let me know if it's too much for you. I may hold off on the Metaburn for the first 3 days or the first 5 days because I'm starting them on a triplex and active and lean. And I don't want to necessarily start them on everything all at once, okay? Before I move on, I'm going to answer some questions that are coming up. Okay, colitis, newbie ordered because she's terrified of a flare. How can I move her forward? So Vicki, if I have anybody with any kind of colitis, any kind of Crohn's, any kind of inflammatory bowel disease, they absolutely have to start with Ease. And ideally, they're going to start with 2 to 3 bottles of Ease, and they're going to start on 4 to 6 Ease a day to tackle the inflammation. So if somebody had colitis, I wouldn't start them on everything all at once. I would start them on Ease. I would probably also start them, like, for example, colitis, Crohn's, people like that. I'm typically starting them on a variety pack. That's my favorite choice. And I'm going to start them on the anti-inflammatory. I'm going to start them on the vitamin. And I'm also going to start them maybe on the probiotic. And that's going to be where I'm going to start. or you can start them on one product at a time if they're really, really, really nervous about a flare. But that's not usually the case for most people. Again, like I said, if they have a huge bowel inflammatory issue, the most crucial thing for them to be starting on is anything that's anti-inflammatory, which would be Omega-X, E's, things like that, okay? Andrea says, the chart overwhelms me. That's right. I don't send them a chart. I just have my note that I follow, and I always in my mind am thinking, I'm gonna start them on the core products, then fold in additional products after 3, 5, or 7 days, depending on how they're doing. Yes, Triplex and Joyome together, perfect. Yeah, we already talked about how to take the Triplex. Let's see, I will share the notes. Newbie had a bad detox, headache every day, doesn't have it if she doesn't take Slim. So typically when people have bad headaches, it's usually that they don't drink enough water, honestly. And so I'm gonna have a conversation with her about her water habits. I also notice that when people have bad headaches, sometimes the question I need to be asking is, were you drinking coffee before and you're not drinking it now? Or were you drinking energy drinks or things that had caffeine in it and you're not drinking it now? They may be having caffeine withdrawal. So sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, I decided to take that out because I was making a healthy change. And I'm like, oh, okay, you're going through some caffeine detox. So ask them about their caffeine habits. Ask them how much water they're drinking in ounces per day. Don't just say, are you drinking a lot of water? Because for some people, they think if they drink a 16-ounce bottle of water, they're drinking enough water every day. And you're like, oh my gosh, you need like 100 ounces. So talk to them about that. Also, if they get a headache with Slim, split it half and half. Half in the morning, half in the afternoon, or have them take it with food. Don't have them take it in the morning. If it's giving them a headache in the morning, have them take it with their lunch, for example. Try, and when you're talking to them, say, you know, everybody is unique, and I am always super confident. I'm like, don't worry, we're gonna get this figured out for you, and you're gonna feel amazing. Everybody is unique, and some people have to take things at different times or in different amounts or split up. But don't worry, we're gonna get this figured out for you. That's always the tone of voice that I take with them and the encouragement that I give them. Okay, so Lisa says, I always take my daytime products, X Factor, Ease, BioCleanse, MetaBurn, Balance, all at once in a big old handful. Is that okay? Yes, that's what I do as well, Lisa. It's totally fine. Can I talk about what products need to be delayed with thyroid? A lot of customers on thyroid. I pretty much try to keep everything away from thyroid, honestly. It's just like, I just feel it's best. I will tell people it's okay to take Ease and Vital Biome with thyroid. So if they are taking Ease and Vital Biome when they wake up in the morning, most people take their thyroid either in the middle of the night when they wake up to pee or at 6 or 7 a.m. And so I can have them take their Vital Biome or their Ease with that. But otherwise, I pretty much separate everything from thyroid. And the reason you have to separate from thyroid is it's very common for things to bind to thyroid. And if it binds to thyroid, it's not like it's going to hurt them. It just could bind to the thyroid medication and they could absorb less thyroid hormone. So they may not be feeling as good. So we're going to separate most everything if possible from that. I'm looking really quick. Yes, you can take 2 MetaBurn at a time. They do not have to be separated. I feel like for a lot of people, they get better results if they take both of them together. There's nowhere where it says you have to separate them. You can take them together. I take mine together in the afternoon with lunch. Now, when I was talking about the Renew You pack, you can also flop it and have people take Slim with 2 MetaBurn first thing in the morning. And then if they're like, I ask people about their habits. Tell me about your life. Like, do you work out? If they work out in the afternoon, I might have them have their active at 3 in the afternoon because they're going to work out at 4. I might have them have their active with lunch. So just know that those are swappable. You could mix Slim and active together and take 2 MetaBurn with lunch, or you can do 2 MetaBurn with Slim in the morning and take your active sometime in the early afternoon, okay? I text them. I don't send an email. I text them or I leave them a voice message. That's how I do it. Major cramps and digestive issues on MetaBurn. I've had a few people have some issues with MetaBurn. I feel like with MetaBurn, some of the things that are important to remember is that some people do really well taking it on an empty stomach, and that's like the best for them. I'm one of those people. If I take MetaBurn after a meal or after I've eaten very much food, I feel like it sits up at the top of my stomach and it can give me a little bit of like heartburn feeling. You ever had anybody message you and be like, oh my gosh, this is burning? Like, did they drink enough water with it? Did they just eat a big meal? Is it sitting right up there near their esophageal sphincter? That's why they're feeling that. So my favorite way to take it is with my afternoon microbiome slim. I take it like around 2 or 3, 2 MetaBurn, empty stomach, no problems at all. So if somebody experiences that, ask them how they took it and try a different way. If they took it with a big meal, be like, you know what, it probably sat there at the top of your stomach near your esophageal sphincter and just kind of created a little bit of heartburn. Let's shift how you're taking it and have you take it on an empty stomach with a full glass of water or with your full slim in the morning. Okay, so just change the way they're taking it or switch to just one and try that. Okay, but digestive issues on MetaBurn, I would say I haven't experienced that as much as somebody having like a little bit of an acid reflux issue. Digestive issues, I would say change when they're taking it, pull it back to one. Maybe if they're taking it on an empty stomach and it's upsetting their stomach, have them take it with food. Okay. Same for diverticulitis. Anything that ends in itis is inflammation. Itis, diverticulitis, Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, ulcerative colitis. Itis means inflammation. And so anything with inflammation, they will do really well with ease. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Do you recommend working up to 4 Probio-5 for a full month? We have been told that that is when the probiotic can break down the exoskeleton of yeast in our guts. Then after a full month, find where they land. It depends, because not everybody is going to need 4 Probio-5. Not everyone is going to have the income to add in an extra bottle of 4 Probio-5. People that stay on 4 Probio-5 essentially need 2 bottles every single month. And if they have intense sugar cravings or a lot more kind of autoimmune type issues, they might be somebody that takes 4. For example, I take 4 every day. But for a new person, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get them to invest in a full bottle. But if I know that they need it, I'm going to explain the rationale, and I'm going to see if we can't get them to, you know, order that extra bottle of Probio-5 when they need it. But I take the philosophy of, you know, a week at 2, a week at 3, a week at 4, see how they do. If they're feeling really fantastic on 4, their cravings are under control, things are going good, their symptoms of yeast overgrowth are getting better, I'll pull them back to 3 for a week. If their symptoms come back, their cravings come back, their yeast overgrowth symptoms come back, I'll have them go back up to 4. But if they go to 3 and they're doing good, awesome. We can do that for a week. Then we can go back to 4. Again, same things. Are their symptoms coming back? If so, go back up to 3, and 3 is their sweet spot. You find your sweet spot for people. You don't have to keep them on 4 for a month. Not everybody needs to be on 4 for a month. I do best on 4 forever. So that's what I take forever. But some people are really great on 2. I tell people, for sure, your maintenance dose is going to be at least 2. 1 is a baby dose. So 1 is not really going to do as much as you want it to do. Your maintenance dose is going to be at least 2 Probio-5. Okay. I'm reading some more of your questions. So Maria, the pink drink does not make you dehydrated, but it does cause a little bit of detoxification because of the alpha lipoic acid that's in it. So one of the things you can teach people about is, you know, Slim has this incredible antioxidant in it called alpha lipoic acid, and alpha lipoic acid is incredible for helping to detox your liver, detox your body. You may notice that you pee a little bit more when you start the Slim, but you also need to make sure that you're really hydrating yourself, drinking half of your weight in ounces of water, because the main ways that your body detoxifies is poop, pee, and sweat. So it's a good thing if you pee more. It's a good thing if you poop more. It's a good thing if you sweat more. Okay, so just give them some education on that. Okay, so how long does detox usually last for the average person? Well, you know, if I had a magical ball, I could give you an answer, but I can't. And I can't even tell you when that detox will start. Some people will feel incredible for a couple of weeks and then boom, they hit a wall of detox and they're like, oh my gosh, it was working so good. And again, I come in and I say, I was expecting this. I knew this was coming. And the good thing is, you know, the products work because you felt great for a couple of weeks. Now we're unpeeling a layer of dishealth and disease. We're peeling back the layers, and you're going to go through a little detox. And this is something to be celebrated because you need to go through this detox so that we can uncover an even better layer of health. Okay, so make sure that when they're going through detox, they're drinking a lot of water, they're getting rest, they're moving their body because poop, pee, sweat are the main ways your body detoxifies. Make sure that they're pooping enough, okay? Yes, 2 Metaburn, Ruth, that works better for me. High blood pressure and caffeine. Okay, love this question. Now, Metaburn is not something that's typically going to raise blood pressure. I remember we had a great team call on Metaburn, and it was first released with Rachel Neagle because her husband had a stroke a couple years ago. And so she did a lot of research on the adaptogenic herbs that were in Metaburn and found that they are not something that's negative for blood pressure. Also, the other thing to think about with Active is incredible for people that have blood pressure issues, but a lot of people are nervous about taking Active if they have been somebody that's had like heart palpitations or high blood pressure, because typically energy drinks will rise blood pressure, they can give heart palpitations, but Active is different. Active increases nitric oxide production. What that means is nitric oxide dilates the blood vessels, which means it relaxes the blood vessels, which means it's the opposite of increasing your blood pressure. Increasing your blood pressure means vasoconstriction or constriction of the blood vessels. That's going to increase blood pressure. That's going to maybe give some heart palpitations, but Active does the opposite. It dilates blood vessels. So I tell people this is actually really great for you. If you have blood pressure issues, we're going to get you off your coffee or off your energy drinks, and we're going to get you on Active, and it's going to be positive for your health. So I do feel like Accelerator, though, Accelerator can do some funky things if they have blood pressure or arrhythmia issues. Like, I would not be choosing Accelerator for that. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, so cramping and gas with ProBio 5. Again, are they drinking enough water? When are they taking it? Are they taking it right before bedtime? I feel like if people take that stuff right before bedtime, they're going to sleep on it. It's going to do all its magic and all its work. And their cramping and gas, they're probably not going to notice. Although I will say, if somebody's like, oh my gosh, I'm having a lot of gas, I had horrible gas when I started Plexus, personally. I did. I had super stinky gas. And I say, honestly, it's because all that horrible yeast and crap is dying off inside of you. And it's the smell of dead stuff. And that's a good thing. And again, you're going to celebrate the detox. Okay. So I'm looking at more and more and more questions. Okay. All right. So lots and lots of questions. You can put your lean in a smoothie. That's totally fine. Yes. And Lisa says, Metaburn Grains of Paradise ingredients will get you if you don't drink lots of water when taking it. Amen. I do drink like my full Slim mixed in 15 ounces of water or a full glass of water when I take my Metaburn. Convinced Slim gives heartburn. Well, maybe for them it does. And so what I would say is take it with food, because when you eat food, it changes the pH of your stomach. And so I would say take it with food. And it'll still work. You're still getting the minerals in it and the antioxidants and everything. Christy's like, do you have them order 3 bottles of Ease if they have an itis? It depends on their budget. If they are all in with spending what they need to spend to get as healthy as they can possibly get, yes. If they can't afford it, I'm super happy that the variety pack has at least 1 bottle, and I will educate them and say, you know, we might find that we need more of this anti-inflammatory initially for a while, so just keep that in mind. If they live close to me and I have some Ease and I can swap out 1 or 2 products from their variety pack, I might do that. I might give them 1 or 2 bottles of Ease, and I might take their Balance or their Metaburn or something from them that I don't think they need right now. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So remember, core products of these bigger packs are your Triplex, your X Factor, your Mega X. So any of the packs that have those are core products. And Ease, sorry, Ease is also a core product. They can always start on Ease right away. So when I'm looking at the variety pack, it doesn't overwhelm me because I'm like, great, I'm going to go through my triplex routine. I'm going to ask them the questions, have them start on triplex. They're also going to start on X Factor Plus and Ease. I can start them on all 5 of those core products. And then after, for me personally with Vital Biome, I'm probably going to wait at least 1 to 2 weeks before I start them on Vital Biome because I've already started them on a lot of gut health products. Now, the MetaBurn and the Balance, I don't have to wait 2 weeks to start them on that. If I've got them honed into a good routine with their core products, their triplex, their Ease, their X Factor Plus, after 4 or 5 days, they're feeling good. Let's do 1 MetaBurn with lunch or 1 MetaBurn with your Slim. They do fine after a couple days of that. By week 1 on their variety pack, by 7 days in, I'm having them on 2 MetaBurn, and I'm also starting their Balance. So it's just this process of starting them on their core products first and then folding in the other products. Okay, Healthy Weight Advanced is similar. They're getting a triplex. I'm going to talk to them about lean and how it has fiber. They might poop a little bit more, but I'm probably going to start them on their triplex, 1 MetaBurn with their Slim in the morning. I'm going to tell them it's okay for you to go ahead and start with your lean shakes. Just know it has fiber. You might poop a little bit more. It's because I don't want to start them on everything all at once. It's going to be triplex, 1 MetaBurn, a lean shake if they want to start that, and I'm going to hold off for a few days on Balance, 5 to 7 days, because I don't want to throw everything at them at once. Okay, so those are the larger packs. Whew, that's a lot of information. It's a lot of information, but really it's not. When you look at their pack, think about what are my core products. I'm going to start them on that. If they've added collagen to their order, I can also start that right away. Okay, collagen is something they can mix right away with Slim, or they can mix right away with Active. Kirsten, it's okay if they take ProBio 5 and Vital Biome together. You're going to have people that are going to tell you it's got to be this way, it's got to be that way. This is like the way to take it. And I'm like, yeah, there might be a way that's like super duper ideal in an idealistic world. Or do I want them to get 95% of the benefits and actually take the product? I want them to actually take the product. So do not be so OCD with people or get them so obsessed with taking it in a perfect, specific way that if they miss it, they just won't take it. So I'm very clear when I start people to say, you know what, if you forget a product in the morning, just take it later in the day. Or if you forget to take your product at night, just take it first thing in the morning when you wake up. And then take it again at night. Like, I'm just like, just take it. Just get it in your body, okay? For IBS and Crohn's disease, I'm almost always starting those people on a variety pack, and if they have it within their budget, I'm going to have them add 1 to 2 extra bottles of Ease. If they don't have it in their budget and I live locally, I always keep Ease on hand. I'm going to swap out Ease for something in their pack that they have. So yes, okay, so Melissa, this is a great one for somebody starting. They're starting on Slim and they feel like they're more hungry. Anybody had this happen? Or they feel more shaky, or they feel more cravings. So when you start on a blood sugar balancer, it's obviously having effects on your insulin sensitivity and your blood sugar balance. And you're introducing a pure, clean, plant-based supplement. And anytime you introduce herbs or a clean supplement that actually works and is actually with good quality ingredients, your body is going to go through some adjustments. So if I was talking to her, these are the things I'd be saying. Your body is going to go through some adjustments. And sometimes it can seem counterintuitive, like, hey, this is supposed to help my gut, but I'm going to the bathroom more. Or this is supposed to help my cravings, but I'm craving more. And I will say, you know, sometimes cravings are actually dehydration masked. And I wonder how your water intake is. How much water are you drinking in ounces per day? That's going to be my first question. My second question is, my second thing that I'm going to say is, when you start a blood sugar balancer, your blood sugars can kind of go all over the place for the first few weeks. It's going to even out, and eventually you're going to notice the effects of not craving and not having as big of an appetite. But make sure you're drinking your water, make sure you're taking it consistently, And if you're feeling kind of weird or funky, lightheaded, headache, shaky, anything like that with it, take it with food. Because like with any pure grade supplement, if you're sensitive to it, take it with food and it will make you less sensitive in the beginning, okay? Okay, Maria says, for someone starting on Slim, Balance, and MetaBurn, tummy gurgles all day and is now constipated, how do you start her? So sometimes people need to totally tweak when they're taking things. Sometimes that's all it is. They don't necessarily need more of something or to change their routine, but instead of taking Slim in the morning, if they take it before dinner, they do better, right? Or instead of taking some BioCleanse in the morning, like if they take it in the morning and they some poop all day, instead of doing that, take it before dinner or take it right before bed. My go-to is BioCleanse right before bed. But if their tummy is gurgling a lot, I would say maybe instead of taking their Slim in the morning, have them take their Slim and Balance before dinner and have them take their MetaBurn first thing in the morning, or 1 in the morning, 1 with lunch, or 2 with lunch. I will just say, listen, your first month, we're going to be making a lot of adjustments. And that's the cool thing about these products is they're different for everybody. They work different for everybody. And so sometimes you need to just tweak when you're taking things or what you're taking it together with. And so we're going to be flexible this first month and we're going to find the perfect routine and fit for you. Now, if you've tried somebody on a product, like every single different way, like for example, you've tried MetaBurn in every way possible and you just can't get it to be working for them in the way that you want it to work for them. Maybe it's not the product for them. Don't freak out. Like give it a good college try for 30 to 60 days in different ways. And if you just can't get it to agree with them right now, say, you know what? Your body's going through a lot of changes. Maybe right now is not the time for you to be introducing that product, but I was thinking about introducing a different product. Maybe Balance, because maybe their problem is with carbs and they could start on 2 Balance. Or maybe they need a clean energy boost and I've seen stories where people start active and they lose weight with just adding active in. And you say, you know what? I think you're gonna do way better on active. Let's shelf the MetaBurn for now. And let's go ahead and have you add in active. And I think you're gonna experience like some really great results with this product. It's gonna give you the boost of energy. You're gonna feel like anything that has a little bit of natural caffeine is an appetite suppressant. It will suppress their appetite. So it's not gonna burn the white fluffy fat like MetaBurn, but it will help them potentially with their appetite, okay? Let's see. Can someone who doesn't remember nighttime pills take? Okay, so Anne, if they're like, I can't remember nighttime pills, I'm like, hey, do you brush your teeth at night? Okay, since you brush your teeth at night, what I want you to do is put those supplements that you're having a hard time remembering by your toothbrush with a cup, and you're going to take them at night, or you're going to set your alarm for 9 p.m. 9 p.m. every night. I used to take birth control, like pills, and I had to set my alarm. So I will give them some solutions to help them remember it at night. Now, if they absolutely can't, find a different time during the day that they can take it. Someone who has asthma that says it's worse with active and slim. That's interesting. I've never heard that. If they just started, I would say let's give it a little bit more time. Let's let your body adjust. And then I would also want to make sure that they're on the gut health regime to help heal their gut, to help with the allergies and the asthma. So maybe making sure they're on Probio 5, BioCleanse, and BioBiome to help with their immune system and getting rid of that. Let's see, celebrate the sink. I like that. Fibro suggestions. Again, fibro, they're usually tired. A lot of them struggle with depression or are on antidepressants. They have way too much inflammation. Ding, 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 Variety Pack, hands down, Variety Pack. They need the X Factor Plus. Anybody with Hashimoto's, Variety Pack, hands down. Rheumatoid arthritis, Variety Pack, hands down. Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, Variety Pack, hands down. Hands down. Okay. Let's see. There's so many questions, guys. I hope this is helping you. You had someone puke after using chocolate lean. Honestly, that it cannot be believed. Like, sometimes people will tell me the craziest things. And what I want you guys to be very, very clear on and very, I want you to understand that everything that people experience is not because of plexus. Sometimes they literally caught a virus, or they have an infection, or they got the flu, or they got a stomach bug from something they ate the night before, or they just woke up not feeling well. It's not always detox. It's not always diet off. So I will ask more questions. I'll be like, well, tell me about what you ate last night, or tell me about what you did this morning. Oh, I ran harder than I've ever run, and I might be kind of dehydrated. Well, maybe that's why you threw up. Dehydration can make you nauseous. So I'm asking more questions, and I'm not pinning everything on plexus. Don't be so fast to pin everything on plexus, okay? So you know what, maybe she is allergic to whey protein or dairy. That is a potential, but like her throwing up, I would be asking her more questions about what was going on in her day, what she ate, stuff like that. And yes, if they're constipated, Slim could cause reflux. That's a great point, Libby. So make sure that they're pooping regularly and they're not backed up. Yes, core products, Triplex, Ease, X Factor, Mega X. Those are core products, and collagen is something that they could mix in right away. Okay. I hope that this helped, guys. I know that there's like a lot of these questions you're asking are similar questions that I've already answered. But what I want you to feel is I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel like these products are not hard to dose people on. I've got this. These products are simple. There's a couple of key questions I can ask to get people started. I can adjust their ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. I know how to help people. Don't allow yourself to go down the road of I'm overwhelmed. And if somebody comes to you, I'm overwhelmed with these products, be positive, be encouraging. Help them to see, okay, we're going to break this down really simply. Write it out for them morning and night. This is what you're going to take. The only thing that you have to take in the middle of the day potentially is MetaBurn and Balance. Everything else could be taken morning and night. Okay? So make it simple for them. And Balance, even we've got some stories of people that take 2 before they go to bed, and they have great results that way. So if they've got Balance and it's not working and they're always forgetting to take it during the day, why not try to throw it in at bedtime? See how it works for them. You know what I mean? Must-have products, Kathy. Triplex, X Factor, Ease, Mega X. Those are the core products for core health. I feel like Active is a winner for just about everybody. I feel like anybody that struggles with energy, right off the bat when they start, I want them to get Active. Or if they struggle with mood, a lot of people that struggle with mood also struggle with energy. I want them to get some Active because I know that just physiologically, they're going to have better oxygen and blood delivery to their body. They're going to have more energy. And sometimes we just need to energize people that are struggling with their mood. So I love all the products. Honestly, I take most all of the products, but I feel like the core health products anybody could take, whether they're pregnant, postpartum, old, young, any of those things, people can take the core products. So I hope this has helped. That went way longer, and you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, that's so much information. But I hope that that was helpful to you. And I will write some of these tips up for you so that it's in a written form, and you can share those to help your team members with adjusting products. Also using those welcome pack sheets that I've loaded up here and